With a different look inside Cuba. For days, we've been showing you the small role entrepreneurs are playing in the Cuban economy. You've seen how tourism is driving some of that.
But in our continuing series today from Santa Clara, Hatzavelo shows us what gay life is like in a smaller Cuban town.
Born after the revolution, members of this Cuban Beatles cover band play songs once banned by the Castros. Outside, at El Parque Vidal, the main square comes alive. Some adults, but mostly you run into teens who pack every walkway, every corner, all roads leading to the park. They're not shy to talk about their future and what it's like being young in Cuba. This 9th grade student wants to study medicine. But eventually, off to the U.S., says Lacey Ruiz, a 15-year-old who tells us her dad lives here. 16-year-old Jorge Luis Quintero says you spend a year, a lifetime working, and you do not see the fruits of your labor. Diana Gatorno cannot see herself living abroad. The 15-year-old says she's happy living on the island, but she'd like to travel more. Up the block from the main square, the music is not the protagonist in this setting. The beats complement the main acts, the drag queens. Called El Menjunje, it's a state-run cultural center with gay nights on Saturdays. Ramon Silverio has been running it 33 years. He says it's hard to imagine back in 1984, when it all started, that we would get to this point. Santa Clara, he says, has always been privileged in the sense that local leaders in the communist government have always been allies. But as other gay folks, and you get a different story. Lázaro, who lives in the States, says you couldn't go out. They would ask you for ID and sometimes arrest you. A bad nightmare, he says, now in the past. Ángel Fernández Falcón thanks Mariela Castro, daughter of Raúl Castro, who has taken an active role in defending the LGBT community. But Mariela Castro is often criticized by independent activists who say they're often harassed for being publicly critical of the Castro government. In Santa Clara, Cuba, Hatzavelo, Local 10 News.
A glimpse of gay life in Santa Clara.
Now, would you see that openness right in Havana?
Oh, absolutely, but at night, though. Only at night, and police are in plain view of all of that is happening at night, but clearly it's on display there in Santa Clara. Yeah, it's interesting to see.
Very fascinating. Yeah. Hatzel, thank you.